Hey lovies, welcome or welcome back to my channel, Aries Only, where I channel messages for Aries only. I obviously have already started this reading, and then I realized I wasn't recording, and I've just been talking to myself for the past 12 minutes. I was like 12 minutes in, thank God I looked. Okay, so we had already started the reading, and I just want to tell you now that I've been involved in this energy for like a little bit here. I also rolled the dice here and did a couple other things, but I had 3 cards here to be the overall energy of your next chapter in your love life. So I had the previous chapter, current chapter, and the next chapter, and then just some tarot cards to kind of clarify what was going on here. I feel like there might be a big fight. I have to say there's going to be some sort of communication issue coming up. I feel like currently we have this talking card. You could be speaking to somebody. You could be in the talking stages, flirting, dating, online. She's like on a computer. You could have met somebody online or something like that. My instincts are telling me this could be like a current, not a current partner, duh, obviously, if it's your current energy. This could be a karmic partner. I feel like this could be somebody that you maybe know isn't the one, like deep down or something like that. I feel like this could be more of like a karmic partner. But I also feel like even if it's not a karmic partner and it's a somebody that you consider a soulmate or a twin flame, because that's for you to decide. It doesn't matter. Like these energies, I'm sure, that are going around the collective right now are present in karmic partnerships and in, more soulful partnerships as well. So this could just be the karmic lesson. We have the Justice card. That's really what I'm getting here, that there is this karmic lesson coming through for you guys. Hello, Kiki. My cat is so lovely right now. I love her. So yeah, so what is the karmic lesson that I'm getting here? Like I was saying, I think it has something to do with communication. We have 2 cards. Speaking of girl talk, one of girl talk and one of talking. So the word talk being most prevalent. And I feel like what happened is that maybe you were in a very good energy. You're trying to be more open to love. It says yes on her shirt. What does that say? Hello. It almost looks like it says hello king. I don't know what that says, but it says hello. She has little slippers with little hearts on them. But this says time with friends, moving on, happily single, living in the moment and having fun. I feel like you were almost like taking a chance on someone that maybe you think like isn't like really gonna be like the one for you. Like even somebody that kind of like you have fights with or something like that. We have a lot of Sagittarius. We have Uranus, however you say it, in in the 9th house. We have like Uranus and Sagittarius in the 9th house, or however you say that. So it's almost like I feel like there could be like some sort of shocking fight or shocking development here, some sort of shocking behavior. I feel like you could be dealing with another fire sign, but I also feel like whatever is going on here, it is this karmic lesson that's supposed to help you, I think, get comfortable with like expressing your feelings and getting in your power and realizing like what you will and won't stand for, sort of a thing. And it's almost like I feel like you could have moved on from somebody else, or you could be trying to move on to somebody else, being in the phase of your life or like with the girl talk. This girl is almost reminding me of like Reese Witherspoon in Legally Blonde, and her like there's like that meme that's like Reese Witherspoon and her like fuck men, like I'm gonna get a law degree phase is like my favorite. It's like almost like a vibe like that, like getting in your own power. And it's like sometimes though when we get into our power and we spend that time working on ourselves, like we do start attracting in all kinds of people, all kinds of situations, like not necessarily the best ones, but like we become almost like magnetic and people are attracted to our energy. And I feel like what's happening here is sort of like a test, a karmic test here, to have you stand up and decide what you will or won't stand for, if that makes sense. And that could be coming through as like a situation, even a potentially like not great situation that might end in some sort of a further distance between you and a person here. Like I was saying, I do feel I am more so getting karmic vibes. So I don't know if this is necessarily like the love of your life here. It could be. We have Justice, which could relate to partnerships. It's Libra energy, but I'm getting more so like the lesson, like the tweaking of your filtration system sort of a vibe. Like, who am I allowing in? Are they really worthy of my energy? If I'm standing in my power, is this like another king, or is this like a, I don't know, like the court jester here? Like, it's a joke, like, you know what I mean? I know that this isn't somebody that I could really have a future with, and maybe you don't need to have a future with. It says living in the moment, having fun. Maybe you sort of enter the situation with that sort of mentality. Even with Sagittarius energy, it's kind of like a freedom, a fun, I'm free, like I can do whatever I want kind of a thing. But I feel like there might be something here that happens that ends up making you wish you had handled the situation differently, or makes you see, like, it's almost like you're going to see later on, you're going to look at it, you're looking at it one way now, but you're going to be looking at it in a different way later. There could be some sort of a love triangle here, where this person might be talking to somebody else, especially if you're in the same friend group or work situation or something like that. You could, yeah, with the Three of Pentacles, there could be like that they start talking to somebody else in the workplace, like almost maybe like right in front of you or something like that, where, or maybe even you'll end up meeting somebody else and there could be like a lot of fights between you and this person. But I feel like there is a sort of a love triangle vibe going on here. And on the bottom of the deck, we did have the Two of Cups, and underneath that we had the Magician. And from that, I'm getting like a power struggle. Just the way that this particular Two of Cups is, the way that they're arms are interlocked and they're sipping from their own cup. They're not sipping from each other's cup. It almost looks like they're giving each other a drink, like, oh, let me share my cup with you. But really, it's like some sort of like weird, like I'm keeping my emotions to myself, and it almost looks like an arm wrestle. I'm getting like a power struggle with the Magician. So this could be somebody that you know, maybe even like I was saying, somebody that you work with that you sort of don't really get along with the best. But again, it's like that sort of fiery chemistry though, like at the same time, like you could fight a lot, but at the end of the day, like you could throw down with this person, like, and it's very passionate. I mean, even in the dice, we got Sagittarius energy. That's why I was saying, like, you could be two fire signs. They could be a Sagittarius, another Aries, a Leo. You might even realize that there's a lot of like fights going on, even not in relation to your romantic life right now in the workplace and things like that. You could be dealing with a lot of like friction or something like that, especially with other fire signs. I feel like that's kind of like going on right now. But as for the next chapter of your love life, I feel like it's really going to be devoted to you sort of, because the card that we got here was the runner in a codependent relationship, fear of intimacy and listening to the ego. I feel like this might even be you running away from the situation. I'm not necessarily getting that this is somebody running from you. I feel like this could be you being like I'm not dealing with this situation. I'm better than this. Like, this is too much for me. Like, almost like taking your power back by like walking away from the situation with the Eight of Cups. Like, at first I thought this was somebody maybe running away from you. Before I pulled these tarot cards, I know I wasn't recording, but you would have heard me go through that whole process. But after sitting with this energy a little bit longer, I am more so getting that this could be either you walking away, or if it is this person walking away, you looking at the situation as a whole and being like almost grateful that happened, if that makes sense. So let's see, let's pull some tea leaves. Like, what is going on? What's the next chapter here? Purse, pay attention to your finances. I do feel like this could be somebody at the workplace. This could be work related here. Queen of Wands, Gong, an exciting event. Yeah, but I feel like it is something that's like, even if there is fighting and there's like, but there's like that passion, it's exciting. Like, it's very like, whoo, like risky almost, you know? And then with Justice, Archway, new opportunities, possibilities, and paths opening up. Like, again, I feel like your energy is coming into alignment and it is opening up the door. And I feel like the whole purpose of this chapter is for you to, again, did I say the filtration system thing again, to sort of figure out like the archway, like who am I, like, okay, here's new opportunities, possibilities, paths, people appearing. What am I letting through? Like, it's you needing to learn how to be the gatekeeper to this influx of new energy coming in, sort of a thing. And with this whole pay attention to your finances, I feel like that's even saying like pay attention, that gatekeeper idea. These two people look like the gatekeeper. It's like you have to be the gatekeeper of this archway. Like, yes, you're open, but you have to decide who gets to come in and who doesn't. We also have not unsuccessful plans. Yeah, I feel like there's going to be some sort of, I mean, I think it's going to be fun, but I also think it's going to be fun, but it's going to be like maybe a little bit ugly. Like it's not going to end with great happiness though. Oh, that's cute. But I think almost like after this situation unravels here, things are gonna go back to being like this girl talk energy again, and you're gonna be like, okay, that happened. Like we have June and flute, disappointment in a friend or a lover. So this could be somebody with a June birthday here, because I feel like this is what's going on now currently. I gave this a 2-week period, but maybe that's Spirit's way of saying that, like, you know, maybe you're just meant to sort of do your thing for now, and maybe in the summertime, like you'll really find somebody, you know, worth opening up to or something like that. But I don't know, I do see the disappointment in a friend or a lover card coming through. But the June energy could just be their birthday. It could be a time where you first met this person. It could be something significant there. October. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like whatever is going to be going on here is going to be in, like, currently. This is the month that we're currently in. Although maybe you'll be watching this reading in June and, you know, it'll resonate for you then as, like, the current time period. Needle and thread, a sincere wish will be granted. Or maybe that's when, like, things are really going to, like you'll find something real, like something sincere, like your healing will be done. I see with the needle and thread that there could still be some work to be done, some healing, some sort of discernment that you need to cultivate, like, because, and it's almost like I was saying with the filtration system, where it's going to be that you need to realize, like, not like you need to realize, but you're going to see through trial and error that you know, yes, I do like the exciting, you know, these exciting connections. They are fun, but they don't really lead anywhere. And maybe it's almost going to make you like appreciate your time on your own or something like that. But let's get more. What's the next chapter of Aries love life? What can you tell us, Spirit? Oh, all right. That's indecision. This was walking away. That's what came out and fell down. Like, I'm telling you, it's going to be like, we had the temple path on the bottom of the deck. It's almost like you're going to be like, maybe you've been single like for a while with the girl talk, and it's just you get caught up in the excitement I'm getting, but then you realize it's almost like not worth it and you'd rather wait for the real thing. That's kind of like the vibe that I'm getting, but you know, whatever, have some fun in the meantime while you figure it out. Like, I feel like that's like almost like the vibe I'm getting, but like, again, I think it might be a little bit messy. But let's see, what is going to be the vibe of your love life moving forward? What's the next chapter of Aries love life? We have choose love and the union of hearts. So let's just get one. What's the next chapter of Aries love life? Again, that's 2. What is the next chapter of Aries love life? Maybe I should shuffle these like this and it'll be, what if, oh, okay. Love who you are. You are divine, delightful, and deserving of the wonderful things life has to offer. Again, I feel like that's how exactly you're going to feel. You're going to realize that you're like, almost like you're better than this. Like, you're better, not like that you're better than this person, like, oh, I'm better than you. But maybe, I mean, maybe you're going to realize, like, okay, like, not that this person has to be a bad person, but like I was saying, it could be too sort of like, this person could really bring out your ego. And maybe like they might woo you here with gifts, express love through gifts. They could be someone that is really sweet almost and is really nice and just try. But it's like when the egos clash, it's just, it gets ugly. And it's like you need somebody maybe a little bit more, where it's not such a power struggle and it's a more fluid, flowy relationship. And I think you're going to realize, like, and there's nothing wrong. Like, you're like, what you're doing right now, I feel like, is you're sort of playing the field. You're doing this whole trial and error thing. You're trying to figure it out. And that's what you should be doing. Like, lately I've been watching Perfect Match and like on Netflix, which, like, not like I'm saying, you know, I don't think they're actually looking for love on that show. I don't know. I'm sure some of them are, and some of them are just mostly looking for fame. But again, it's almost like if you watch that show, it's like you see, it's like they match up with somebody, they try it out, and it's like, it's very like, you know, they're all in the house together. So it's like they switch off with different people or whatever. And that's like exactly how you find out. That's what you should be doing. You're experimenting, you're seeing what the vibes are, you know, and a lot of times it's like, oh, this is good, but this isn't. That's not really what I'm looking for. And that's how you figure it out, you know, and it's like, be open to that, like, and explore. Like, there's nothing wrong with exploring. But then once you have that information, make sure to sort of be able to recognize and be like, okay, like, actually, this isn't what I want because, like, this feels off. If it feels off to you, it feels off. And sometimes you feel like, oh, but I've been single for a long time. But it's up to you if you want to settle for something that feels off to you or not. But I feel like there is going to be some disappointment, some unsuccessful, some realization that, like, there's just some sort of point of contention with somebody else that you just can't get over. I'm getting a lot of fighting. We have strength and gentleness. But let's just get one. What is the vibe of Aries? Next chapter of their love life and delight in reverse. But like, again, it's like, it's delight, but it's in reverse. And then look, awareness. Live in the moment. Be conscious of your thoughts. Look for signs and guidance. Like, it's okay to live in the moment. It's good to be open and expansive to love. But when you realize maybe that something has turned sour, don't ignore that gut instinct I'm getting. I feel like it could be something shocking. Like, it's almost like you could see them talking to somebody else, or they could disrespect you in some way or something like that. And it's like, when they're showing you a sign, like the universe, it's like, you know, you gotta just try to take it in and don't ignore it. But delight, it says, count your blessings and enjoy life, take pleasure in simple things, and always expect the best. And it's good to do that to a point, but when maybe it's like, oh, like, it's almost like trying to start something with somebody that you've already characterized as like not a right match for you, and kind of like going back to it and being like, well, maybe I was wrong. Maybe I was being too judgmental or something like that. But I think Spirit's like, trust your instincts because you kind of knew. But again, there's nothing wrong with having a little fun in the moment to see, like, you know, maybe this could be something. Like, I feel like you have that sort of a vibe right now where you're just kind of like, oh, I just want to have fun. And I'm not trying to deter you from that, and neither is Spirit, but I think they're just trying to make you see that, like, you know, this is all part of the process, and this doesn't mean maybe you're just like meant to be like having fun right now. But I do feel like there is some sort of a karmic lesson here. And definitely 100%. But have your fun, you know, enjoy yourself while you can. All right, there's 2, mending and orphaned. All right, let's just see. Okay, deep knowing. It's like I feel like you know, and truth be told, okay. Community, I do feel like this is somebody in your community, and maybe somebody that really makes you feel almost like nurtured, almost like a little kid again. Like, I do think there is genuine love between you and this person. So this could be somebody that you work with or are friends with, or you know, you have like a genuine connection with, but again, there's just something that's off, something that isn't exactly what you want. And sometimes we tell ourselves like, oh, do we really find somebody who's like perfect for us? Or is that just like, we can't find someone who's 100%, but it's like, it's almost like with this deep knowing, like you'll almost be like lying to yourself a little bit. And if you feel like, no, that's not true, and you're not lying to yourself, then that's, you know, that's your deep knowing as well. But definitely there's going to be a question of that, you know, let's just put it that way, where you're going to be disappointed and you're going to have to decide if this is for you or not. And that is your decision to make, obviously. So what is next for Aries love life? Your hard work is paying off. New moon in Capricorn. So with Capricorn energy, I almost want to look in the book at that one if I have it out here, because I'm not really too sure what this card is about. But I mean, that's making me almost think of like with the needle and thread and like the healing and almost like the soul work that maybe you've been doing. All right, yeah, I do not see this book. That maybe like your hard work is paying off in this way, where you're able to discern, like you're able to like almost, oh, I see the book, or like almost like, oh, like this is like immediately, like this is not something that's good for me. Like maybe this could even be a Capricorn, like, because I'm thinking like this is another hard-headed animal, like just like a ram. So it's like you could be like butting heads with somebody. But let's look up the new moon in Capricorn and just see what it says. First and foremost, this card suggests a new start for you professionally. So maybe you're almost going to put love at the back seat, on the back burner, and just sort of focus on your career for a little while. Whatever has been going on in your working life, this card heralds the start of a new and improved work cycle. Let's see, you need to take a look at the long term and think about where you want to be in 12 months or even 5 years time. That will inform your best course of action now, so think seriously about it. Again, that's exactly what I feel like Spirit is asking you to do here. Like, yes, is this fun right now? Okay, but is this something I could see long term realistically? Like, and just really put some thought into that. Drawing this card suggests it's time for you to be ambitious about whatever it is that you want to achieve. Like, exactly, ambitious, to aim higher, like, and not to maybe just settle for something like that's like a, I don't know. I don't even want to say good on paper. I feel like this is somebody that's not good on paper, or maybe that they are good on paper, but you just don't feel it. But I more so feel like this is more like a wildly inappropriate person that you have like really good times with, but isn't really a realistic match for you. You just don't get along, or there's a lot of fighting. So it says you need to be more disciplined to reach your goal. Hard work will make your dreams a reality. A very good omen for study or teaching. Don't be too controlling and avoid anyone who is controlling. And this said runner in a codependent relationship. So maybe that it's somebody that sort of like latches on to you very quickly. Like somebody that says, I love you right off the bat. Like something like that, where it's almost like, it's like a lot right away. Like it's like very forceful energy, like right off the bat. And it's kind of like, whoa, like I just thought this would be a fun thing. And then you kind of get caught up in it too. And then it's just like, I feel like you might be the one running, like I was saying, or that might have been in the first reading I did that I was saying that, but I feel like you could be the one that runs away. Yeah, I don't know. That's kind of what I'm getting. Towards the end marks arguably the best moment annually to make a list of your hopes, dreams, ambitions, and intentions. So I feel like what Spirit is asking you to do here as well is to really get clear in your own mind what you do want out of like a love connection, and ask yourself realistically, like, is this it? And maybe the answer is yes, you know, like it's not that Spirit's like, we want you to see that this is not the one for you. But like, I think Spirit's like, I think if you took a look, you might, you know, realize that this isn't the one for you. But I mean, maybe you'll realize that you need more time to decide. You know, it could be as simple as that. So let's get some advice for you guys. I kind of want to keep this a little bit shorter if I can. What is the advice for Aries moving forward? Align your life. What is not aligned or need to change? Again, I think Spirit's saying that you're looking at a situation or yourself distortedly. That's what I always get from this card with the broken mirror shards. Like there's something that you're having a distorted view about right now. Inner temple, tune into the portal of your heart. So yes, like ask again, that sort of the same vibe of that deep knowing. What is your heart saying about the situation? That is the only thing you need to really know. And your heart could, I think, be the thing that got you into this situation in the first place. And it doesn't mean that it's a mistake or that you were wrong to engage if you realize that this isn't something that's going to work out. But yeah, we have Sub Rosa, learning and teaching mysteries hidden in plain sight. This is just something that you were meant to experience in order to have that realization of that you want something different, you know? It's kind of like weeding out in the process of like elimination or something like that. We have the Sun, joy, enjoyment, life force, success, vitality, play. I think Spirit's like, there's nothing wrong with going after something that does make you happy, even if you realize it's not really sustainable for the future. But because we have it coming over this delight, it did initially pull you in because it was something that made you happy. And you can't really you can, but it's not really prudent to like beat yourself up for something when you're just following your own joy. And that's all it is. When you're following, a lot of times we're like, what should I be doing? What should I be doing? The only thing you should be doing is following your joy, following your heart. Like if something feels good to you, and you go for it, and then it doesn't work out, a lot of times we think like we were wrong. But I don't think it's like about right or wrong. I think when you're following your heart, it's about learning. It's about growing as a person and being drawn to experiences that are going to help you do that, whether they work out or not. But I feel like the culture that we live in is just such a like, if something works out, like, you know, it's kind of like a black or a white like mentality, like a viewpoint and perspective that society has as a whole. So it's like we a lot of times feel like a failure if something doesn't work out in the way that we hoped it would. But I think Spirit is saying here, like, no, like you continue to do that and continue to learn your lessons, because this is very important work that you're doing, like figuring out what you do and don't want. That's how you do it. It's like the process of elimination here. We have the Great Mother, surrender to the mystery, fall in her arms. Yeah, just live your life and don't worry so much about like, am I doing the right or wrong thing? Just like kind of, you'll know, like with the deep knowing, like you'll figure it out as you go. And if something doesn't feel right, you'll know that as well, and be like, oh, maybe like I have to adjust this because this isn't really making me feel the best, you know? And one more, and then we're going to close out the reading. Oh, two more. All right. We have the Holy Grail, stop the endless searching, inner quest, and then come to me, attracting like a rose, receive abundance and desires. So I feel like you're going to continue to keep attracting these sort of situations again. So especially if you're in like this really good energy, it's like, that's what Spirit wants you to know. Like we have to maybe build a more, because you see how on this card, the first card of the reading, well, this really was, but the first tarot card of the reading, it's like the Seven of Wands, which is almost like about a barriers being built. But here in this come to me card, it's like the rose is almost the barrier. So it's almost like trying to have that that mediation of those two, not mediation, but compromise, where it's like you have a strong barrier, but it's also soft and it's open to allowing people to come in. So what was on the bottom of the deck? The Rose of Venus in reverse, alignment, flow, right relationship, and harmony in reverse. Again, I think Spirit's like, I think we know that like this isn't the right time or the right relationship right now. So just maybe sit with that question for yourself, okay? All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. And just remember, this is just a chapter. So hopefully the next chapter after this will be even better. And I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope you have a great day or night wherever you are, and I'll catch you in the next one, okay?